Alright, we are supposedly online. Okay, Twitch is in fact seeing it is online now. Cool. Alright. Pop out my actions bar. Since I am alone today. Pop over here so I can see the chat. Shrink this a bit. And yes, fit this right over here. Okay. Gotta get everything set where it's all easily reachable. Do I want that there? I don't want that there. That's covering up something kind of important. I'll put that over here. There we go. Sometimes I wish I had a second monitor, but I don't have room for that in this disk. Oh well. Started us up a little bit early, so let's just chill for a couple of minutes here, shall we? Ah, coffee. It is a lovely, kind of cold October morning. Ohio gozaimasu. Cold, hence the freaking Freddy Krueger sweater. But you know, it is what it is. Anyways, I thought today we would do something, you know, a little more fitting with the October season, because I don't usually do this kind of thing. But it's me, so I couldn't just do, you know, your standard stuff. We gotta do Call of Cthulhu. Gotta have more unknowable horror than jump scare stuff. I have played through this game before, but looking at my Steam information, that was 2 years ago, and I don't really remember much about it. So this is gonna be kind of like playing it new for the first time again. Looks like I played it for 5 hours and did complete one of the endings. So I did finish the game in its entirety once. A very long time ago. But I suppose we'll see how this goes. Gonna just wait a little bit before really getting started, because I'm still early. Let some people roll in, maybe. Or maybe nobody will roll in. I'll just talk to myself in the void. That's what I do basically every day anyway. I really like Enter Madness as the prompt to get started. That's really good. Should have made a bigger coffee. Oh well. I will warn you guys, I've been a bit sneezy. So, I might end up sneezing into the microphone on accident. If I do, I apologize. Not intentional, but, hello. Ohio gozaimasu. How are you? Genki desu ka? I do like shaved ice, but I haven't had it in quite a while, because I've been too afraid to leave my house for the last couple of years, aside from going to work, which I have to do. The only exception to that was our trip to Dragon Quest Island. Oh damn, that's actually good. I walked right into that, didn't even see it coming, damn. Anyways, here in Call of Cthulhu Land, we're probably not going to have a nice day. That's not how these things go. Don't usually walk into, Innsmouth or whatever and come out of it having a nice day. I guess unless you really like, you know, fish people. Anyways, I guess I'll get us started. As I mentioned, no one else was here. I have played through this in its entirety, but that was 2 years ago, so I don't really remember much. Yeah, get some nice, wacky symbols here. That's cool. So yeah, this is basically gonna be kind of playing it blind again, although I might remember bits and pieces here and there. Yeah, I finished the game once. I looked at my achievements and saw which ending I got, because there are different ways this can end. But I don't remember anything about what I did. So, Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find the new case quickly or risk losing his license. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Well, we're off to a lovely start. Do we have a body? No. We just had a body, but it's gone now. Mouse feel the right speed for this? Yeah, I think it's okay. God, this place is gross. It's a big fish, too. Alright. Sneak around. Not strong enough to just break a chain with our bare hands. I guess that makes sense. Alright. Okay, so I can't pick whatever that is up because I can't see it. But now I can. Get us some bolt cutters. Which presumably will allow us to cut bolts and or this chain. I don't like the...
Fate inescapably draws you on.
I don't like the green light of this lantern. I'm gonna just ignore the voices in my head for the moment. They ain't the boss of me. They almost certainly are the boss of me, given this is a Call of Cthulhu thing, but I'm going to pretend they're not. Wow, I am, things are really shaking for a second there. I think I mentioned this before anyone was here, but I have been a little sneezy the last couple of cold days we've had here, so if I sneeze into the microphone suddenly, I apologize. I will try not to, but it might catch me off guard. Can you read that? Kinda. Ugh.
What a putrid offering.
Agreed. It's awful. Ugh. So naturally I walked right into the middle of all this nastiness.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
I don't know that I want to be chosen. Behold the cult.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Alright, so we got we got a diary. We're a detective, naturally we're gonna keep notes. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine. For the moment. We don't know anything about the occult or the inhabitants yet. And here's where we can set skills. Do we have any CP? I have no idea. No, we have no CP. So we can learn eloquence. We can talk good. We can strength good. We can investigate good. We can see good. We can Freud good. We can occult good. And we can doctor good. But these two we can't just put points into. We gotta find things that help us understand them. When I played through this 2 years ago... Christ, what did I use? I think I did a spot hidden in investigation mainly. Maybe this time I'll go for something a little different. We also have sanity because it's, you know, Cthulhu. Currently we are stable. We are confident in our abilities and our brain, and we're still being logical and reasonable. But we do have nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. I mean, fair. In our inventory we have a lighter, dedicated to the men who fell from the Lost Battalion. As for the case, we don't know shit. We don't have a case yet. We just woke up from a nightmare. Knowledge, we don't know anything. Well, let's check out our diary. What is this?
I wonder why I still take these things.
Ah, some sleeping pills. The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. This means you gotta take more. Anything else on this bottle? No. My god, that rotates slowly. Just gonna keep that, I guess. Just throw that right in our pocket. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Alright guys, here's a question. Do we drink or do we not drink? Are we a hard drinking detective or are we trying to stay sober? Stay sober? Alright. No drinking.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Alright, that instantly put us into our journal. Okay. So from looking at my achievements, when I played through this the first time, I got the counter-ritual ending. Well, let's see what happens this time.
I used to be an avid reader.
You do have a lot of books here.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Kept on calling me for weeks after the investigation closed. A hell of a file, goddamn.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. When you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Shut up.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Well, that's dang unfortunate, ain't it? And we get to level up a little bit. So last time I went with the observant detective type. Let's be a smooth talker this time. Also one who knows a little bit about psychology. Pretty sure having 3 and 3 is going to be not enough to actually do anything of value, but yes, I have made my demand.
Mr. Pierce, up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Nope. Hung up.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting.
No, I don't want to look at that.
Assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Also, sir, I will have you know, I have not had a drink in 5 minutes. Oh, it's updated. The doctor can well repeat to me that I can no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he had compiled in order to know more about the case. In our inventory we have these 2 files. Boop, boop. Alright, let's look at the file.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident. But hey, nevertheless... they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charlie Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. We've memorized the clue, apparently. Now I need to look at the painting. Is there anything else I can look at in here? Answer is no. Nothing. Hello, sir.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
All right.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Where did Sarah Hawkins
Darkwater.
live?
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Why me, though?
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I never understood my daughter's wild ramblings about things she thought she saw, but she definitely wasn't mentally fragile.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions
That's just
warehouse,
That's
insane.
right.
and you think your daughter...
That is what... Go to doc...
Alright, we've exhausted everything we can say to this man.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Alright, we got some more information now. Anyways, how you guys doing today as I read this? Stephen Webster, age 63, occupation businessman, a wealthy businessman well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. I know that tired feeling. Let me tell you, yesterday I spent the afternoon making 600 small cards so I can do a memory game next week in a full-size class. And that reminded me why I don't do that normally. Charles Hawkins, age 41, shipowner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity in Darkwater. The heir of a shipowner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon who lived a very secretive life. Here's Sarah, who is dead. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her partygoing, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers, and nobody heard about her anymore. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Simon, at 11, his occupation was child. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notes of Edward Pierce, private detective. Painting by Sarah Hawkins. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter.
I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
We should probably look up where we're going before we go, instead of just heading out there half-cocked. Breakfast, but skipping you today. Green is a very violent color, it's true.
Natural sciences, linguistics,
Nope, not that book.
archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. Don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. And the same thing I've already read. I think we've looked at everything else that we can look at in here. Yeah, there's nothing there to take. Well, let's go. We obtained 1 character point. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Can't see shit, sir. Weird green fog everywhere. Oh, we've reached the title sequence. Gotcha. Man, I'm sleepy. Ugh. I haven't been sleeping well the last few days.
We're almost there.
Cool, thanks. Looking forward to playing the Breakers again for this weekend after I finish up with my stream for the day. The last-minute trial starts in about 30 minutes, so if you're interested in doing that, I will not at all be sad if you duck out to give it a go. Also, damn co-agent in the walls, give me a call, I'll totally shill this game. I will absolutely break my no-shilling rule for this game. I'm not going to stream it today, but I might come back online tomorrow to show the newest edition. See if their fixes helped the matchmaking a little bit.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Okay.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
I don't want a surprise. I just got here and looking at this place, I don't feel like any surprise is going to be great. Well, I'm not immediately seeing anyone with the Innsmouth look, so we might be okay. Now, we gained 1 character point, which is not enough to really do shit, so let's just hold on to that. We now know about Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Well, let's look around, shall we? Wants us to talk to Fitzroy, but also other people. Speaking of fishermen, here's a guy fishing. Hey, buddy. Anything biting? Can't interact with him, so, oh, no, what's he? Nope, he's got nothing. Can't jump. At least not here, it doesn't seem. Welcome to Darkwater. So, what's going on over here?
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is? If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
Alright.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Alright, got a
You can't
superstitious
understand,
lot
we're
here.
not sailors. It's a sign.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't. Don't put that beast back in the water.
You know what? Like, that guy seems alright.
They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
I don't think it's me. Can I talk to you
see
again?
that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't
No, I can't.
understand.
Okay.
You're not sailors. It's a sign.
I feel like kind of taking his side there was probably the most correct tack to get a little bit of information out of him. I feel like just being like, hey, tell me about this place was probably going to be less well accepted. Although we didn't get useful information out of it. What do you guys have to say?
Bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly.
There's nothing for you here either.
You
Beat
bilge
it.
rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge
Alright,
rat.
they don't want to let us through at the moment, so we'll have to deal with that a little later, I think. Hello, sir. Hang on, let me get down to your level here. Whoop. Hey, Zeta, how's it going? Guess I can't talk to this guy. He's too busy, 1,000 yards staring into the ground. Hey, buddy. Well, we were advised to go to the bar, so let's go check out the bar. Pepe. Sadly, Sess is not here to get offended. She has some important paperwork to deal with today. Wow, dick move, man.
Be careful.
Why are you starting shit, Pierce? I just walked into the room.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
What? We're trying to be a smooth talker. Let's give it a shot.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Alright. We're not trying to drink. This time. We're gonna try and stay sober, which I feel like is probably a poor idea from my vague memories of this. But, let's keep at it.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Let's see. Let's try using our psychology. We leveled it up.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Okay. I don't feel like we're gonna get anything more useful than that.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
Gross.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Super gross. We're not going to order a drink. I never did look it up, but I suspected it was based on something real.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
The First World War is a subject I don't know a whole ton about.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Cool.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I think that's all for now. Actually, you know what? We can
What can
still
you tell me about her?
talk a little
We
bit
all
more
knew
here.
she was famous on the mainland.
Yeah.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I mean, he raises a good point.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I saw one of them.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Alright. Sadly, gonna stay dry, so I think that's all we got for you, my man.
That'll be all for now.
Thank you. Alright, what do we got here? Have we got any more points? No, just the one. But we do know about Roy Mitchell. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale, and sailors come to seek comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man, therefore, knows, more than anyone, the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on this subject, on which he is so keen. But he will be far less enthusiastic if one were to inquire about the source of his liquor. And the stranded whale. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on the island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there. I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the smugglers. Smugglers? The sailors. The sailors ain't smuggling anything. That's rude of me to accuse them of such. Now let's walk around a bit. Our last thing to do is the main thing of actually talking to the captain who has information for us. But so far we've learned from 2 separate sources that we don't want to be messing around in that warehouse. So naturally we want to be messing around in that warehouse.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanty, 21st of May, 1847, with no space. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the sides of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all of the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
She will do it again, you know. The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Very important as a member of the PI type to just listen to people talking around you. Casually. Hello, sir.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Okay, that was strange. Hey, gentlemen, how you doing?
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What's the
I've
song?
never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
That's worrying. Again, though, I'm not seeing any gills or scales or webbed hands at the moment, so I guess it's maybe not that freaky yet. but I don't like it.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
We literally caught every whale in the area. 100% of them. All of them have been caught.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Right back to singing. Ah, harpoon gun.
She will get us into trouble.
Alright, let's keep looking around the bar a little bit. Probably more to find. Ah, hello.
What you looking at, stranger?
A whalers on the moon, indeed. Do I want to antagonize this woman?
I'm
No.
just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
I talk to you again.
I told you to beat it.
No. Oh, we got a back door here. But it's locked. Alright. Fair enough. It's probably a storeroom. We probably aren't allowed in there.
No right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he think?
Wait, what's up for sale here?
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Although, yeah, looks like he was, I guess, the, most indebted into the bar here. 68 bucks? In the early 1900s? Yeah, that's quite the debt, actually. Captain Fitzroy's a little, behind his tab, too. I feel like writing the tabs on a chalkboard is maybe not the best way to keep track of it. Also, Mrs. Baker, always free. Well, all we have left at this point is to go talk to the captain. Because we can't get through there, the cops are in the way. We can't get through there, there's an argument happening. Oh, we can't look at this, though.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
City of Darkwater, Harbor Master. Okay, he's in there. Thing over here? Ba-doop, ba-doop. Got possibly the most rickety landing I've seen in my entire life. Hey, buddy. Don't mind me, I'm gonna just poke around your shit.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. That just seems standard for a place like this. Threats. Miraculous catch is what the locals call the last catch of their whalers. In 1847, although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. You're a detective, you're allowed to just invite yourself in and snoop through people's doors. Yeah, that's basically the job. No real need to ring the bell, he's standing right there. Alright, what else we got? We got...
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Yeah, those are some rusty hooks.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Oh, that's how we're pronouncing it? Scylla? Whoops, my bad. Can I just walk in here? Do you care? No. Alright. The Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. This second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Ah, we gained a little bit of medical skill by finding that book. Why is everything giving off weird green light? I hate it.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Yeah, it does look a lot like him, doesn't it? In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
The wooden leg in question. Here it is. Hey, look at all those flags. Hey man, hope you don't mind me just kind of snooping around all your shit. I guess I'll talk to you now.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Alright. Speaking of which, okay, yeah, you don't have a wooden leg, quite notably.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? I can't imagine who or why someone would want information to be hidden. Boy, he left fast and quiet, didn't he? Anything else I can look at in here while you're not in the room? Doesn't look like it.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Ah, we got the most important clue of all. The bell doesn't work. Hang on a sec. Let me not be rude here. There you go.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
By the way, it is now 10 o'clock Japan time, which means if you want to try out the Breakers last-minute trial, I think you can do so. So feel free. I hear someone giggling behind me, so there might be someone getting ready to check it out themselves.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I do. But anyways, hang on a sec. If you guys want to check out, now or in the future, what the two of us are doing, just go there. I don't know if she's actually doing anything, or will be, but she might. She will be. So if you want to see what she's doing along with me, feel free. I think you can only look at one chat at a time, though. I thought fishing stopped in 1847.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Did he keep our levels, or do you not know yet? Oh no. Are we sure it's actually the beta version they need to run? Okay, so it must be.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Gotcha.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Alright, we got a lot we can ask about because I've been looking around like a good detective. Woo! Let's ask him about the photograph.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Alright, my identical father. Gotcha.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Alright, getting threatened by the bootleggers. Cool.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Alright, so we talked to this man, we've learned some stuff.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Made him a little mad. Oh, he earned a point. Now we have 2, but we need 6 for either of these. We could up our spot hidden, but no, I refuse. James Fitzroy. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the Harbor Master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him, the bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me. So now we need to get inside the warehouse. We need to find our way in the warehouse. Ah, so the argument has ended. The cops have moved out of the way enough for us to go on.
Something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
Well, let's look around a bit now. We can explore a little bit more. This is locked.
Damnation. I broke it.
Ah,
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
our investigation skill was not high enough to pick that lock. This one's, weirdly boarded up. St. Brenda, the Navigator.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there are other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Alright, so we got some stuff going on. Whatever was in here is currently lost to us, because I broke the lock. Let's see. Guessing this is where we want to go. No, we want to go over there. Gentlemen.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Whoa,
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Gentlemen.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's
You
irrelevant.
gentlemen.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us.
Oh, you did keep it?
Now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Alright, I just learned that we get to keep our stuff, which means that the rewards that they offer for this are going to be very easy for us to get the maximum level of. Which is great.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really
The
don't
tickets
have
should get you a
choice
Trunks and
anyway.
Gohan skill, which are new
More
to the bit
scared
in this
of
version.
Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Alright, who's Cat?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Alright. Tell me about St. Brendan.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
The trunks fall down move. He's fallen down because his trunks and he can't do anything right.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Alright, so life is bad for these guys.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, friends. Let's sneak in here and see if we can hear anything interesting.
If it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even, and don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Ah, so something that could have helped us get past these guys must have been in the thing over there. Let's talk to these guys, see if we can perhaps get past them.
Come on, you can tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Wait, we don't.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Wow, dude.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
You know what? Let's see if we can lie to this man.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
The answer is
I can't
no, we
get rid
can't.
of those two.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die.
Yeah.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Alright.
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Alright, so we're not going to get past these
I bid
guys.
you gentlemen farewell.
Not directly, at least.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Come up here. Who are you, sir?
Where do you think you're going?
I
police
thought
doing
that the
here?
Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a
40
danger
for
to the
Survivor.
public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
I think I need to get some Raider levels when I play, but that's it.
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Alright. Not having much luck figuring out how to get into this thing.
Can't understand. You're not sailors.
Bradley, help me.
Sign.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
Don't put that beast back in the water,
You know, we can actually look at this thing now.
They're cops. They can't understand.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand.
All
You're
right,
not sailors.
cool.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real big.
How's the matchmaking going, or not know yet? No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I suspect we're going to be dealing with Cat at some point, no matter what we do.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Nice to have someone who is actually kind of helpful. Oh, it's been walled off. Alright. Well, we can't go this way. The spot hidden allows you to detect hidden items in close range. So I'm not going to be using leveling up spot hidden this time. We're probably going to not find a lot of stuff, but we can try. Alright, what's this? What? Found a lever.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
If we can solve a puzzle, maybe we can sneak in. Alright, that goes up to there, which goes up to the winch. Okay. Oh, what's this? What's this?
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Cool. I do recall this puzzle. I recall I completely botched it when I played this the first time 2 years ago. Ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Let's see if we can solve it successfully this time. It's been 2 years, so I don't have a lot of hope that I'm going to successfully do it. We found 2 hidden things. There's still something hidden here, according to the thing in the corner. Also, I noticed that I'm remembering I did not really explain the mechanics of the breakers much, and Seth seems to be trying to do so a little better than I did. So, if you're interested in learning about it, watch her.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Yes, you could. We want to put that ratcheting device on first, definitely. Dragon radar. Alright, how do we put all these pieces together? Let's look at our inventory real quick. Whoop. We've got a lever and a ratchet device. Probably need a tool or something. Sess is playing a different kind of horror. Whereas I am just being an idiot and not being able to figure out how to work a puzzle. Alright, let's mount the ratchet device. Let's mount the handle. Alright. I think in theory this should be enough to make this work. So let's see. How do I use it? I wanna use it. I must be missing something still. Why can't I turn crank? I want to turn crank. Can I get up there? Looks like a no. I feel like I've probably already screwed this puzzle up, but maybe my find hidden isn't good enough to find what I'm missing here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Okay, I'm 100% confident I've screwed this up now. I should not have put that ratcheting device on there first, probably. How do I put my lighter away? How do I put my lighter away? I don't want this out anymore. Well, whatever. Well, that looks okay. Am I strong enough to turn this handle, though?
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Survey says... I broke it.
Damn, I broke it.
Oh, that's how I put it away. Middle mouse button, okay. Well, I think I've ruined every option to get into this warehouse easily.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive,
hello.
You're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Whoop. Oh, right in the junk. Unfortunate.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Yeah, I think we have no other option but to deal with Cat at this point, because I've botched it. Boss of the gang of bootleggers, which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and is slowly gnawing at Captain Fitzroy's territory. So I've done screwed up, because I'm a bad detective. Can the captain help me? Captain, I need to get into that warehouse and I got kicked in the nuts. Please help.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
I could, but I broke the thing that lets me in there.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Anything new here? Ah, here we go.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Your superstitions are expressed in a rather disturbing fashion.
What do you mean?
The statue at the entrance of the harbor, St. Brendan. Somebody disfigured it mercilessly.
Yeah.
I condemn these actions. St. Brendan is the protector of the whalers, and this statue a witness to our history.
You don't know who could have done it.
I wonder as much as you do. I hope they'll be punished.
Alright, nobody knows.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths?
No.
Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Alright, that was a bunch of useless information.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
So I guess we just gotta go talk to Cat. We have no other option. Alright, Cat. You and me, let's talk. Where you at, Cat? You were over this way. Over here. Alright.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't
Let's hide.
try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little...
Definitely hiding.
We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Alright. I feel like we have nothing to gain by trying to lie to her about why we're here. So...
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Alright.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need help to get into the warehouse.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
We don't really have an option here, and honestly, it's a Call of Cthulhu thing, so there's like a 90% chance we won't be alive at the end of this for her to collect a debt.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
That's a pretty good line.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. We're not sailors. It's a sign.
Gotta keep my eye on this lady. She's very dangerous.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's the boss, I guess. Gentlemen. What if I just kinda... go somewhere else?
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
Hang on, I'll get to it in a second. There's nothing else to actually look at. Hoo-yah! Why are you picking the lock to your own place?
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Anyways, thanks for letting me in. And on that note, I'll be right back. Alright, hello. I'm back. We finally can get into the warehouse. Let's go. Let's get out of this and let's go.
Ugh, this place stinks.
It's another character point, but to get more talky we need another 3 points, so not yet.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Let's close the door. Oh. To enter our reconstruction scene, hold both mouse buttons. Hoya!
What happened here?
A man punching a mirror, alright. We got...
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Some nasty stuff over here.
It smells as bad as it looks.
Here we have a painting.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
A weird, gross painting. Alright.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Okay. Yeah, someone was having a bad time in here.
Yes, we win.
We got another character point for that. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted. Probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupants seem to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. Photograph, press cutting. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion, that allows all doubts to be lifted as the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. Alright. Let's turn this back on. Anything we can look at while we are here? No, it doesn't look like it. What's our current objective? Nothing at the moment.
Someone has settled in here.
Uh-oh.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this.
It's the cops. Beat it. Threaten the police officer. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Case for me, wound up. You know what? Let's team up.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Been around the back, actually.
God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Isn't that fat?
Why, you
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Ah, ominous.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer was willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. I feel like making enemies of everybody is probably a bad plan, but it's what we're doing. Stretch. Oh, man. It's a nasty scar you got there, Bradley. Oh, that was weird.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion.
The standard creepy mansion.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
We do not have enough spot hidden to ask about the mansion not being very burned.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You're a good one, Bradley. Trying to do right here.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I do like how our spot hidden is not high enough to ask about the obviously not burned mansion that we are looking directly at right now. I can see it right there. It's not very burned, but I'm missing the spot check somehow.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched.
Lightly crazy man, all right.
He's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem.
Yep.
So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels.
All right, okay,
Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
No, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Sure.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
So you know what? Let's start putting our points into psychology to get up to the next levels. I just remembered that that will actually make our checks a little bit better. I'm an idiot. Why are we going that way? No, I can come back down and look that way. What's this?
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
You know what? Bradley said he'd go with us, but I'm gonna ditch him and go the other way. 'Cause that's who I am. I'm just betraying everybody I meet.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Sturdy. And well sharpened.
Can't reach it from this side, though, apparently. Can't reach over the log. That would be too difficult. What's down here? What's down here? Some gross stuff. Alright, so there was no reason to come over here. Anything over here? Anything over here? No. Alright. That's up here. Can we get to the other side of that tree this way? Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Alright. Takes us to a door. Yes, we can get over here to this tree.
The axe is gone. I'd better be on my guard.
That's a little worrying. Alright. What's up here? Nothing. Alright.
This entrance is still in use.
Yeah, it's locked. Whoa, hello.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
Is that lowered?
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Whoa, my man.
Put down the axe, and I'll forget that you threatened a cop.
Show your badge, cop, and then we can talk.
You don't need to see my badge.
You're a bad liar, city boy. For the last time, tell me why you're here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin I keep an eye out.
A good reason. Vermin.
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Well, that was oddly easy. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family graveyard in the burned-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he also had great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and their child Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas puts flowers on the graves of Charles, Sarah, and Simon. This hick cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be fairly friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. The Hawkins mansion is perched at the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family, and only the old caretaker, Silas Winchester, still roams this bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves of his old masters. It's a gloomy place. We got the key to the back entrance. Let's keep walking around a little bit, though. What's over here? Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Bunch of ruins. Nothing. Oh, this is Silas's hut. Alright. Can we get in here?
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
No. Cannot get in there as it is. Okay. Can we sneak in the back? I don't know why we could do that, but I'm sure we'll have a reason to snoop around behind his house later. Alright, let's go. I'm sure Bradley's like, where in the hell did that guy go? Over at the probably blocked front entrance.
This gate is locked.
Hmm. Well, we could go check out what Bradley's doing. Let's not. Let's just go into this side entrance that we've been given access to. Oh. You're here.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Weren't you supposed to help me with Silas, by the way?
I'll have to find another entrance.
No, alright, let's go inside. Let's go inside this definitely not at all weird mansion.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the guardians of the Hawkins mansion. The gardens. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and, finally, get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. It's time to do some detective work.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Vermin. I hear them.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Ugh. Look at that. I think we were eating a Cthulhu here. Don't eat Cthulhu.
What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Alright, he was clearly unhappy about something. Painting. Looks like that's all we can really see in here. Except we can't get out of the scene yet. Ah, here we go.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Alright.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
She didn't want to eat the Cthulhu,
Something
clearly.
happened at this table. An argument?
Alright, now we can leave the scene. Just to make sure there's nothing else that we can look at real quick, though. One more circle. Yeah, looks like we found everything we can see in here.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
The Last Supper. Since the fire in the Hawkins mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The settings allow the places occupied by the family members to be determined. Visibly, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat at the head of the table, with wife and son on either side. The knocked-over chair could be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly the roast was untouched in certain plates. The meat, mysteriously preserved since then, seems to have been the subject of the dispute between the Hawkins couple. Do we have any more points? We do, we have 2 more points. There we go. Nope. Hit enter. Yes. Even better at psychology now.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Oh, this is the room where everything burned, okay. Oop.
They seem happy. But Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It is common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for? Thing on the back? No. Gotta find the clues. We are a detective. We should at least play the part.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Alright. Hello, how's it going? Doing a little bit of psychological horror here for Halloween.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
The child died. Oop.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
We are. Except we're not.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Man, this painting is gross.
They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Alright. I think we've figured out all we can from looking at this room. Nope, we can look at the
Did
clock.
it stop at the time of the fire?
Anything else we can look at? I think that's everything. Well, we can't walk outside, it seems.
Did someone escape the fire?
Alright.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Well, despite not really putting any points into investigation, our detective is pretty good at his job, it seems. Fire wasn't an
I
accident.
firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Clear out this rubble. Yeah. Out of the way. We've earned a character point. Well, let's look at our clue first. Our clues. According to the police report, this lamp is the cause of the accidental fire that destroyed the mansion. However, bloodstains on the debris tell a very different story. Partly burned shoe. Seems like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins. The glass of this heavy clock is broken and the hands show 10 o'clock. You could give it the time of the fire, or have nothing to do with it. The scene of the fire. Contradicting the police report, the Hawkins drawing room tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family. Beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor, the bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirms that this Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident. And might as well just keep going on the psychology, why not? Oh, hello.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Don't disturb anything, you say.
This door is locked.
Rat. History of medicine in the 26th, no, 28th century. No, 18th century, idiot. 28th century, Jesus. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. That gave us a little bit more medicine knowledge. For those of you who have only just showed up, if you're interested in The Breakers, Sess is playing that right now live.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Whereas I do this slow-paced descent into insanity. So whatever you're feeling, feel free. Let's see.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
I don't know that sea shanty.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Alright, fair enough. Can't go that way.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
Oh man, that'd be cool to have. Okay, Bradley's looking around over here.
Moby Dick. Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
A copy of the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville. A classic, especially for our family of ship owners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Why'd we just take that? Don't disturb anything. I'm gonna just steal this book. No, nothing over here. That's a big painting.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Alright, cool, cool. Another big old painting, a family portrait. Before we keep walking around in there, let's walk around in here a little bit more. I looked at this,
Lyrics
right?
of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
Can't unblock this. Nope, can't go up this way, so that was completely pointless. Yo, Bradley. Got anything to say?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Alright. Got nothing of value to say. Cool. Oh, here we go.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
I mean, it's really messed up now. Anything down here we can look at? Don't mind me, detectiving. Crawling around on the floor. Alright, upstairs. What do we got? Oh, that was weirdly timed lightning. Yeah.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Neat. What's going on this table? That looks like a hearty no. Yeah. I think some people were eating a Cthulhu.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Cool.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Alright.
There's something disturbing about this painting.
I'm glad that required a skill check.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
A rare edition, no less. Again, don't disturb anything, just taking that. Just gonna take that right off the shelf. This is mine now, I own it. Ooh, hey. A crowbar. Found in the Hawkins Manor, it probably belongs to the caretaker Silas.
A crowbar. Could prove useful.
So that was a spot hidden thing, which means that theoretically we could have not found the crowbar just laying on the floor. But given I haven't put any points in it, I think you're guaranteed to find that one.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obligated to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. It's a pretty good game, and there are multiple endings. And depending on how your stats go, you can can and cannot do different things. So far, we've been failing to do anything correctly. It's also not that long. According to my playtime, it took me about 5 hours to get through my one run of it. Yeah. Rat.
Locked.
Bunch of canvases. There's something hidden around here. Put that away. Oh, here we are. The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed. Is this the office? Oh, we need the light. Yes, it is. Okay. Whoa, alright. We found the occult. Here it is. Get out of the way, door.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial circle. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the Elder Sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circle are not all of proven reliability. Extract taken from the Malus Beastarium by Abigail G.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Nope, nothing there. Cool statue. Here we have...
This ledger lists
a ledger.
all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Painting for Boston client, $230. JF, 170, 200, 230, 350. Their painting's worth a lot for the time frame this game takes in. Painting for AD returned. The Shambler for FS.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Charles Hawkins scribbled a kind word to his wife. Oh hey, check out this guy.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Right. Coming in here got us some interesting information, but I don't know how useful it was.
Bradley? Is that you?
What's in here? Ah, it's the child's room. Alright.
The boys' room.
I like this little book fort. Oh. Time to detect.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
You know, I kind of like these little wooden soldiers. It's very neat.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Alright.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
A lot of things, probably.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Yeah. Alright, there's something hidden around here, but let's check out that clue. Little boy's room. In the little boy's room, an abandoned book on the bed and toys scattered on the ground talk about the everyday life of a normal family. But the disturbing drawings and the sleeping pills raise suspicions that even Simon Hawkins may have been suffering from mental illness. Was the boy able to see things like her mother pretended to be? Alright, there's something hidden somewhere. Aha.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal. He seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be the result of an argument? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Nope, nothing in there. Okay. Yeah, we detected the Wizard of Oz, you're right. What's this say? What's the trouble in there, Nemo? Go to sleep. Didn't know Little Nemo is in fact a comic from a very long time ago. Alright, what's in here?
What will her room reveal about her?
Something hidden in here. Can we interact with this? No. No, nothing going on here. Alright.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that, I know something.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Dr. Thomas Fuller, Riverside Institute, Darkwater, Massachusetts. Date, 21st of July, 1924. I mean, everything from back then was very problematic, looked at from a modern lens. 75 milligrams of amobarbital sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. Dr. Thomas Fuller. Take 2 at Darkwater General Store.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
Can we pick this lock? Let's see. Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Ah, that just leads us right back in here. So if we couldn't find the key, we could have gotten in this way. Alright, what's in here? The cutscene is in here. Well, if we can keep that lantern, that's better than using our lighter, I guess. Oh, hey, it's us. That's not weird at all, right? Oh, hello.
You! Stop!
Burns a lot of oil, okay. Now let's put that out. Oh, we lost sight of him. Now we could jump down here. Well, since we lost sight of him, might as well just check this out, see if there's anything in here to see. It's like, not really. Right, Bradley. 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 A dude just ran by here. Did you see him?
It's you. I heard running in this corridor.
There's an intruder in the house. It was him.
Oh, okay, so if we don't want to use the lantern, we don't have to. And yeah, the painting mysteriously lacks our face all of a sudden. Definitely not
This door was
suspicious.
closed earlier. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. It looks like an old seaway map.
Somebody has added coordinates to this old sea map. They make up a journey. Here is literally nothing, alright. Out of my way, Bradley.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
We got some points in Cult from picking that up. That may or may not be good. Oh, we have a bunch of character points. Holy shit. Alright. Well, you know what? Let's work on maxing out psychology. Why not? Oh, hit enter first, moron. There we go. Ah, that can refill our oil.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
I see that.
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her.
These letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles Hawkins' office. They are tied together by a carefully knotted braid. Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail?
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
They're posing with a third man. They seem close.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
You can tell this is a map? This just looks like a mess.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
That map looks like it came from one of those Slenderman games. Yeah. This is just a mess.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. Seems like this came from a log.
Monday, 24th of May, 1847. 42 north, 70 west. Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is competent. He says we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen, but he doesn't care. We're 961. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. 57 north, 51 west. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. 33 north, 53 west. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I have ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater. We've beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. 33 north, 53 west. Okay.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
We have a north line, we do. Okay, 33, 31 to right around there. 55 west would be somewhere around here.
Looks like it worked.
Naturally, the site of the
Well done, Pierce.
miraculous catch would be the key. I mean, come on. What else would it have been?
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Alright, let's check it out. Creepy underground tunnels. Inside the Hawken mansion, the scene of the fire revealed the secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, had undertaken to search the place looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officers set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion.
The secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel.
Who would have guessed that the Hawkins mansion was hiding such a big and intricate tunnels underneath? It seemed to be the hideout of a cult of some kind. I can't believe Sarah and Simon lived right above such a danger without knowing anything. They probably didn't.
That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel. Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats.
Alright, time to detect.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others? What is this mask supposed to represent?
You don't know enough about the occult to understand this thing yet.
Did Charles Hawkins hide something in this chest?
Hang on. We found it. We found a Cthulu. We've answered the call.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Maybe. So we know nothing about these other two yet. The strange antechamber hidden at the entrance of the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table and 3 chairs lead to the belief that Charles Hawkins used the place for meetings in small groups. The existence of objects with esoteric connotations is more worrying, since they lead to the impression that we may be in the presence of a cult. Moreover, the torn fabric revealing Sarah Hawkins' presence in the place does raise questions. Was she in danger because she discovered the tunnels? Alright, can we unlock this?
This padlock is too complicated for me.
No. And Edward just straight up knows he is unable to deal with that. What you looking at, man? Well, let's go down this definitely not creepy stairwell. It looks like it's gonna fall apart at any given second.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps.
Oh, there's our
tunnels all
thief
over
in
this
there.
island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Oh, looks like we're splitting up, gang. Always a good idea in these kind of stories. Probably turn this back on. It's a little dark. Right into, some gross water. Oh, that really slows us down too. That's a problem. Right, so we can't go that way. Was there a squeeze through spot over here? No, it's blocked off. Okay. Guess we're going not under those stairs because we can't for some reason. Well, hopefully no awful fishmen or anything come after us. Let's climb through here. There we go. There we go. Hey, a dream catcher.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Broken one. Another broken one. What do we got here?
These paintings must be several centuries old.
A tribe of men, worshippers of the sea and its benefits, landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. They were discovered by the creature, some call the devourer of whales. For years, the creature hunted them down into their dreams, until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarium by Abigail G. I'm sure we're going to be fine, though, right?
This monstrous creature must be an allegory.
Definitely an allegory and not a real thing that exists.
These people lying down, are they dead? Are they asleep? These buildings seem to have come out of the water.
All right, lots of crazy in here. And down we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a point. Which means, kabam, we can max out our psychology. We are now an expert psychologist detective. Nope, we can't unlock it from the other side. Alright, here we go. Let's explore. Let's swap away to our lighter for now, since we're running low on oil. Actually, I don't think we need this at all at the moment. It's fairly well lit in this cave for some reason.
Time has weakened these structures.
Again, why does everything have a weird green glow? I don't like it. Can we get down there? Not from here, it looks like. Actually, that looks very familiar. Oh, we can. It's just over here. Okay. We have... What's
I don't
this?
have time to search them all.
Don't you? I don't feel like we have anything more pressing going on at this exact second.
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
Hmm. Well, I don't know what to make of that. And up here we have green fire. Anything to say about the green fire? No. I mean, why wouldn't animal oil generate its own light? Alright, is this gonna be locked too? No, oddly enough.
What's going on here?
Pierce.
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good
have you got me into?
Bad shit, man.
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
I apologize for getting you into this. This is gonna end poorly for us all. Alright, let's sneak. Let's sneak around the cult. Let's not use the lantern. I hear the children outside having a good time. Cold weather don't bother them. So it's cold in here. Oh hey, it's the painting of us. We found it.
A table for sacrifice?
Sacrificed a whale. Also us, apparently.
A mass grave.
I feel like maybe I should look around a little bit more before this. Oh no!
Oh God! I gotta.
Oh hey, it's our dream from the beginning. Except real.
Oh, I can't breathe. What's happening?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Nope, this is where we started. Want to get away from that. Okay. There we go. Well, that was bad.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
All right, we found the cosmic horror. How you doing, Pierce? Took a little bit of a ding there to our sanity from that. Anyways, let's sneak. Let's sneak.
It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual.
Good old bone dagger. I found this dagger in the tunnels under the Hawkins Manor. Its owner left it behind when he went with the other hodded men. Well, let's take that, I guess. It's got us a little more knowledge of things that we should not know.
I can't read Latin.
Has a bit more knowledge of the occult. An old Bible. Numerous passages have been overwritten or annotated. Strange way to study the Holy Scriptures. So if I know, from the little I know about Cthulhu mythos in general, the more you know about the occult, the worse it is, so picking up this stuff probably isn't, like, the best idea, but, oop, that's sneaking. That's locked. Hey, how's it going? Whoop, 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 whoop. Just, going a little crazy. You know, standard stuff. I think, once we finish out chapter, or whatever we're in here, 4, I think, I'll probably call it a day and go over to, the breakers offline. I will definitely come back tomorrow for more breakers, though. Is this door open? Oh yeah. I played this game 2 years ago, so I'm coming into it kind of blind based on just it being so long. Hello, Cult. How you doing?
You who sleeps, accept this dreamer under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha.
We found Cthulhu.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Yibithink, Padk, Cthulhu Bithinkal.
Grant him your mind.
The ending I got was the counter ritual the first time. I feel like walking down there is probably a bad idea.
Grant him your dream.
And Cthulhu will wake up when he's good and ready. He doesn't need your help.
Your souls finally intertwine.
A little more light. It's dark up here. Can we open this?
Locked.
No.
Let his soul guide you to us, just as your dreams guided it to you.
Yeah, was that a good idea? Even the ending itself said basically questionable, but we did it.
Let your dreamers open the way, so that the day finally comes when you will awaken.
La Cthulhu Nafal Fatagan.
Luckily, these guys are a little too busy to care about my existence, apparently.
I feel him.
You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you.
Can't go down there. Alright.
You who sleep, we pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth. Bring me more sacred flesh.
Stelbisna Cthulhu Kashok.
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that?
They are laid out on a frozen stone. One would say they are dead, but their bodies do not decompose. Are they in some form of coma? One thing is sure. These men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. I'm not sure that we can still call them men. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
Alright. Let's get sneaking. Let's get away from the crazy guys. Just in case they wake Cthulu up back there. Oh, we found a different set of cultists. Cool.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Don't move! Police!
This is exactly what we saw
Don't move!
in our dream. Sorry, Bradley, you're about to get stabbed in the gut.
I won't hesitate!
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it!
Charles, you shouldn't have seen this.
Going for big talky man this time instead of anything actually useful. Well.
It's all caving in. I need to get out of here.
Load-bearing wall. Gotta run. Gotta get caved in on.
My leg!
You're hearing a ringing in your ears. That's because there's a ringing in our ears. This place really came down, didn't it? Want to get out, so we want to go this way. Let's go towards the light.
Light! At last.
Crawling up the stairs. Oh god. Ugh. And that brings us to the Riverside Institute, and I've been going for about 3 hours. So I think once this loads up and I get back to the point where I can have control, I'm going to stop for the day. We will almost certainly be back online again tomorrow, though. Pierce and Officer Bradley follow the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself the prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. A strong subject.
Experimentation.
saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
Your dad, he killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Bradley looking oddly well for a man who got punched through the stomach.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Hope we don't have access to our journal. Well.
Rise from your grave. Never give up.
I have hit the 3-hour mark and I have control, so I'm going to stop for the day. I will probably be online at some point again tonight or tomorrow, messing around with the Breaker's last-minute trial. And next time we stream regularly, I'll probably do more of this. Next week is actually the proper release of the Breaker, so I might do a Breaker stream in the normal slot. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Anyways, have a good one, guys, and see you next time.